Ant-Man. Now, it has been a long time, like a really long-ass time since I have we continued the MCU movies. The last one was Avengers Age of Ultron. I don't remember when, I don't remember exactly when I uploaded that video, but it's been a couple, maybe several months since I've uploaded that video. But here we are continuing. I was like, I got some free time today, so why not fill in that free time with something from the MCU. So here we are, armed with a super suit with the astonishing ability to shrink in scale but increase in strength. Cat burglar Scott Lang, played by Paul Rudd, must embrace his inner hero and help his mentor, Dr. Hank Pym, played by Michael Douglas, and pull off a heist that will save the world. So before you ask, yes, there will be spoilers. Not a whole lot, just whatever comes in my mind, I will be telling about it. I mean, this movie came out in 2015. Of course, there's going to be spoilers. So yeah, like I remember. So the whole story behind Ant-Man, like I remember, it was supposed to be It was originally supposed to be directed by Edgar Wright, the amazing, super talented Edgar Wright. He actually showed some footage at a Comic-Con. I believe it was Comic-Con. I don't think it was any other. I don't think it was D23 or no. I think it was Comic-Con. Is when correct me if I'm wrong. But in Comic-Con, he showed some footage of some really amazing action from the movie. And I remember seeing I remember seeing the footage, like the leaked footage. Like someone recorded that video and posted on YouTube. But I have seen that footage. It looked really awesome. And I believe Ant-Man and Doctor Strange was supposed to be, well, I don't know if it was Kevin Feige or someone else, but both Ant-Man and Doctor Strange were supposed to be introduced all the way back in Phase 1 of the MCU, but their plans changed. But Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige, their plans changed, and they decided to push them back further. So here we are. So Scott Lang is played by Paul Rudd, who I know from Anchorman. I haven't seen the movie Anchorman. The only thing I've seen from Anchorman was this one clip from the movie. But other than that, I have not seen. Was he in Parks and Recs? I don't know, but a lot of great Marvel actors are from Parks and Recs, but yeah, I haven't seen Parks and Recs. I haven't seen Anchorman. So this is the first movie. This is the first project that I'm being exposed to Paul Rudd as an actor, and I can already tell you, he's so likable. He brings this humor. Not only is Paul Rudd in real life, not only is he really funny, not only is he a really funny person, but in real life, but he brings that humor to his character of Scott Lang, and not only the humor, but you can see, like when you're watching this movie, you're seeing like his struggles as. You're seeing the struggles that he's going through as a father. Like he wants to be, like he's a cat burglar. But the movie opens up. He gets released from prison. And then Luis, played by Michael Pena. Oh my God, Michael Pena as Luis. Oh my God, the funniest man I've ever seen in the MCU. The funniest person in the MCU is Luis. Like, oh my God, he is just hilarious. Like everything coming out of his mouth is just comedic gold. I love it. But yeah, so Scott Lang has this. He has this little group with Louise, Dave, and Kurt. Those are the names of the characters. But yeah, Hank Pym has been keeping an eye on Scott Lang, and he wants Scott to be the next Ant-Man. So he's keeping an eye on him, and then finally the two of them meet, and he's training Scott to be the Ant-Man. Meanwhile, he meets Hope Van Dyne, played by Evangeline Lilly. She doesn't really like him at first, but then later on, the two of them really connect with each other. They really connect with each other, and at the end of the movie, they form a romance. So going back to Scott Lang, his daughter, Cassie, oh my god, not only is she funny, but she is so cute and adorable. If I had a daughter, I wanted to be like Cassie. But yeah, she's just amazing. She's so sweet and just adorable. Just filled with cuteness and adorableness. But then there's Hank Pym has a protege, Darren Cross, played by Corey Stoll, who's created his own shrinking suit called a Yellowjacket. So Scott Lang, he really doesn't want to be a burglar. Scott Lang, he doesn't really want to be a burglar. He wants to put that in his past, but then he's unable to hold a job down because of his criminal record. Lang agrees to join Louis's crew and commit a burglary. He breaks into a house, cracks a safe, Titanic style. But if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about, Titanic, because they mentioned in the movie Titanic. But anyway, but he only finds what he believes to be an old motorcycle suit, which he takes home. After trying the suit on, Lang accidentally shrinks himself of the size of an insect, and then he goes down this crack and into this party club. I was like, is he gonna get stepped on? But because he was terrified by the experience, he returns the suit to the house, but is arrested on the way out. Pym, the homeowner, visits Lang in jail and smuggles the suit into his cell to help break him out. Pym, who manipulated Lang through an unknowing Louise into stealing the suit as a test, wants Lang to become the new Ant-Man, like I said before, to steal the Yellowjacket suit from Cross. Having been spying on Cross after discovering his intentions, his true evil intentions, Hope and Pym train Lang to fight and control the ants. The two of them send Scott to steal a device that will aid them in their heist from the Avengers headquarters, and we get a little Avenger cameo by Sam Wilson, the Falcon. It's like, out of all the Avengers, the Falcon. Yeah. So while Hope harbors resentment towards Pym about her mother, Janet's death, it reveals that Janet, known as the Wasp, disappeared into a subatomic quantum realm while disabling a Soviet nuclear missile. So Pym warns Lang that he could suffer a similar fate if he overrides his suit's regulator. But anyway, continuing on, Cross perfects the Yellowjacket and hosts an unveiling ceremony at Pym Technologies headquarters. Lang, along with his crew and a swarm of flying ants, infiltrates the building during the event, sabotages the company's servers, and plants explosives. When he attempts to steal the Yellowjacket, he, along with Pym and Van Dyne, are captured by Cross, who intends to sell both the Yellowjacket and Ant-Man suits to Hydra. Lang breaks free, and he and Van Dyne Hope dispatch most of the Hydra agents, though one flees with a vial of Cross's particles, and Pym is shot in, I believe it was in the shoulder. Lang pursues Cross while the explosives detonates, imploding the building as Pym and Van Dyne escape. Cross dons the Yellowjacket and attacks Lang before Lang is arrested by Paxton. Cross takes Cassie hostage to lure Lang into another fight. Lang overrides the regulator and shrinks to subatomic size to penetrate Cross's suit and sabotage it to shrink uncontrollably, presumably killing Cross. Lang disappears into the quantum well, but manages to reverse the effects and returns to macroscopic world. Out of gratitude for Lang's heroism, Paxton covers for Lang to keep him out of prison. Seeing that Lang survived and returned from the quantum realm, Pym wonders if his wife is alive as well. Later, Lang meets up with Louise, who tells him that Sam Wilson Falcon, is looking for him. So that's the plot of the movie. And going to the cast list, I've talked about Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly. Like in this movie, I didn't really see, see any of her work. This is the first movie where I'm introduced to her as an actress. Kind of like a lot of most of the people with here on in this movie. But yeah, Evangeline Lilly as Hope Van Dyne. She is a capable, strong, and a kick-ass of a woman, as Lilly described her character. But yeah, like in the first I didn't really feel anything for her as a character. Like, okay, she's the daughter of Hope. She's the daughter of Hank Pym. She doesn't really like to get along with Scott Lang. The two of them have to spar with each other. But then when both of them met each other in the car, in Hope's car, the two of them finally connect with each other, and Hope slowly let Scott in. So yeah, and then the two of them bond, and then I loved her as a character. And then I loved her as a character not only but also when the whole thing about, her mother and what really happened to her, like her emotional conversation with Hank. It was very heartbreaking to hear, but so like I said, Michael Pena, I just want to say, Michael Pena as Louis, everything coming out of his mouth is just comedic gold. I'm just laughing my ass off. Just everything he says, it's just hilarious. And not only that, but like when he's talking, like when he's telling his stories, and then like the music plays, and then you get these like quick montages of like the characters are talking, but it's it's Louis's voice coming out of their mouths. It was just fun. It was hilarious. Oh my god. And they brought it back again in the sequel, Ant-Man and the Wasp. But talking about, the villain of this movie is Darren Cross, Yellowjacket, Corey Stoll. And this is like one of the worst MCU movies. Darren Cross Yellowjacket is another example of why the MCU villains are really, really terrible. he's just a villain. Like, the movie hasn't even started yet, and I can already tell. You know, yes, I've seen the trailers, but when the movie started, I can already tell that, yeah, he's a villain. He shrinks lambs or sheeps, and he doesn't care about them. And then he shrunk this guy into what's his name, Frank, to like this gooey goop. Like, okay, there's like really nothing. There's really nothing to his character. It's like it kind of feels like it definitely feels like the whole, you know, Iron Man versus Ironmonger, Black Panther versus Killmonger, the villain and the hero. You know, Ant-Man and Yellowjacket, the villain and the hero have a similar suit that has similar abilities. And, you know, he's a shit villain. He's a terrible villain. Never trust, you know, people never trust a person who's bald. But anyway, yeah, he's just a lame villain. But anyway, that's all I have to say for Ant-Man. But before I conclude my video, in a mid-credits scene, Hank Pym shows his daughter, Hope, a new Wasp prototype suit and offers it to her, setting Hope up as the new Wasp. In a post-credits scene, Falcon and Captain America have Bucky Barnes in their custody, unable to contact Tony Stark because of the Accords. Sam Wilson mentions that he knows someone who can help, and that obviously, of course, he's talking about Scott Lang, setting up Civil War. So, the mid-credits scene is setting up Ant-Man and the Wasp, while the post-credits scene is setting up Captain America, Civil War. Alright, so that's pretty much all I have to say for this movie. So if you've seen Ant-Man and the Wasp, I'm pretty sure many of you, if not all of you, have seen this movie already. Just comment down below, let me know what you thought about Ant-Man. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends and family. Thank you so much for taking your time to listening to me talking my ass off. And I will see you in my next video.